It's Mohim for Boxing Domination, and today I'm joined by the Emperor of BKB, the marvelous Marko Martinjak, joining me. Marko, been a while, bro. How are you?
Yeah, been a while since we last talked. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing really well, thank you. You got your massive fight now. You've ended the Jarome Hatch chapter. I want to get back to you on that one. How was it to, finally close the first trilogy in bare knuckle boxing?
It was nice because we were part of the history together. And when I mentioned he was my dance partner for 3 fights, and I have a big respect for Jerome. And the shit we talk about each other, it was only for marketing and hype. Everybody. He was talking shit before fight in London, and then he said that. That fight was controversial decision that Clive stopped the fight, and he talked shit, I talked shit, and then I finished the fight like I finished in Miami, and that's it. I have no bad blood with him, and I invited him to come to Croatia if he wanted to come to spar with me, train with me. So I'm always open for that kind of stuff.
Of course, that was a massive fight to, really just end it because the first fight went to him, when he won the knockout of the year. Then you came back, and then you came back again in the trilogy in unbelievable fashion. Now you're fighting a Brit. You're fighting the Green Machine, Kevin Greenwood, one of the nicest people I've ever met. And he will be challenging you at BKB 38. How much do you know of Kevin?
The title we are fighting for is vacant, so he's not my challenger. We are both challengers in this fight. No matter that I am champion in the lower weight. I saw a couple of his fights. He is solid, good boxer. He can take a punch, and I'm looking forward to fight with him. He's a really nice guy, and we talk a couple of times over the Facebook on typing messages, and we talked after his fight against Bradley Scott, and that's it. He's a genuinely nice guy, and I have big respect for him.
Of course, the card in May is stacked. We got you coming back again, now fighting in London at the O2. Now, in terms of your training prep for this fight, has it started? And talk to me about it as well.
Yeah. I started after fight. I had like 10 days relaxation, and then I came back to gym. And after I came home, I felt sick. I had like a COVID, I think so, but I couldn't sense smells. So my nose was all messed up. Now I'm good. I'm like, this is the fourth week that I'm in training. This was like mini cycles of preparations for the real preparations who are starting 4th of March, when I start to train twice per day.
And of course, in terms of your training as well, James Kennelly, a friend of yours, he will be fighting in Wolverhampton against Jimmy Sweeney. Now, of course, that's you've trained with James Kennelly in the past. You've been in the very first shows of Jimmy Sweeney as well. I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask for your prediction, but for someone like James, what does he have to do, in your opinion, in order to get past someone like Jimmy Sweeney?
Listen, I'm both friends with Jimmy and James, and James said that he will maybe come in a couple of weeks to Croatia for final preparation to spar with me. And I think he have to take more risks, because Jimmy is a hell of a fighter, and good technique, and he know how to move. His bare knuckle is his home, and I think James have to put more risks to the fight, and we will see what happens.
And in terms of in the recent sports as well. I'm going a bit off topic now, but I want to sort of mention this. In recent times, there's been a lot of talks for massive events happening in Croatia. There's been a lot of MMA events, of course, from Croatia. There's Alen Babic, boxer. There's Filip Hrgović, and there's so many other fighters as well. And you've spoken about wanting to have a bare knuckle homecoming fight in Croatia before. Now that you've won the Police Gazette Diamond title multiple times, you've won the BKB World title as well. You've won pretty much every single belts right now in bare knuckle boxing under the BKB and Police Gazette. Is that a fight that you're still looking to put in maybe within the next 2 or 3 years' time? Because I know it's BKB that will put it up, but that's something you want, don't you?
I talk to the gym and Joe, and I tell them if you come to Croatia, you will have a full house, And my biggest dream is to fight in my own country, in my own town, in Zagreb, to people who met me more, and to introduce myself and introduce the bare knuckle fighting, because those shows they're making in Croatia, they're funny with bare knuckle, and I hope the next year BKB will come to Croatia and in Zagreb, so I can fight in front of my family, in front of my friends, and that is that. After that, I can officially retire, but no, 3-4 years more for me, and that's it.
So, like the very last step for you, at least, is to try and get the Croatian bill in.
Yeah, I want that. I really want to that BKB come to Croatia. Listen, you have a massive potential in talents in Balkan for bare knuckles, so why not?
Recently, I saw you. I saw your name get mentioned with one of the fighters from Serbia. He's an MMA fighter. I can't seem to recall his name, but we spoke about this.
Vaso.
Yeah. Do you want to tell me how this conversation started? I mean,
Vaso is a good guy. We are good friends. We met each other last year in April when he fought Luka Zebec. You remember Luka Zebec, who was my fighter? And me and Vaso have good communication, and he is very respectful to me. He is only talking how high I am and stuff, only positive stuff about me, and he is generally a good guy also, but he's the one of talking trash talk before the fights, and he's very popular here, but he's now with BKFC, but only one fight.
only one fight, and I know previously there's been so many fights we have spoken about as well that there is in bare knuckle boxing for you, but that just can't be made because of promotional disputes with BKB and BKFC with Lorenzo Hunt. One of the fighters that beat him, Gustavo, who's now signed with BYB as well. I wanna ask you this, right? In your opinion, in your if you was to fight any fighter from any promotional company in BKB, imagine it's like BKB versus BYB or BKB versus BKFC, but you as the main event, who would you like to fight?
Lorenzo Hunt.
Is there any specific reason, or is that for more like for bragging rights?
No, because they're talking that he is the pound for pound in our category, and I know that he is not, and I just want to demolish him and prove to everybody that he is the pound for pound, the best pound for pound fighter in our category. By the results, that is me. By the belts, championships and stuff, I am the best pound for pound fighter in our category.
And now, of course, that will be a very entertaining fight because Lorenzo Hunt, has been. There's been times where he'll be losing the entire fight, then he'll sort of end an opponent with a very last minute KO towards the end of the fight. So I think it'll be a very, very entertaining fight. Now that options are very open for you.
He wouldn't do that to me.
What's that, sorry?
He wouldn't do that to me. I learned from my mistakes in Dubai.
Yeah, because I remember in Dubai, you were doing really well. You got slightly a bit comfortable and then just got caught, and that's the way it is in bare
Yes.
knuckle boxing.
No more comfortable. Just focused. When the ref says stops, the fight is over. Then I can celebrate and then I can be relaxed. In the fight, in the fight, no more relaxing. Focus, hands up, and let's go.
Would you say maybe your knockout defeat to Jarome Hatch was probably the best thing that happened to your career?
Which one? The second or third fight?
No, the first fight when you lost. Would you say that was like the best thing that
Listen,
happened to you?
you know what? You know what? I was thinking about that same stuff you mentioned right now, and after fight against Kelly, I didn't fight like 5 years, and when I knock him out seriously, and I start fly high. I was flying high, and I was thinking that I am invincible. And Jerome in Dubai, he showed me that I'm still the man of the flesh and the blood, and that's it. Yeah, because after this fight in Miami, I also get a little fly by little get high, but soon when I realized after a couple of days, what have I done? I just moved down and I said, no, the business, the job is not over. You have more fights to come, you have more belts to take, more money to make, and stay on the ground, be focused on every fighter, study every fighter you fight. And that is simply the goal, because nobody has work ethics like me. I live this sport. Everybody of these guys who fight, except Connelly, Sweeney,
Hmm.
everybody, every one of them has some kind of job, regular job. I don't have job. I don't have job. I don't work. I just train and fight, and my focus is only on that.
And now, obviously, I've seen that because I've been to Croatia with Carl Hobley, and I've seen you do that. Now, I want to ask you about the next thing, and this is something that's been brewing on social media a lot. There is a fellow companion in BKB who has been calling you out, the Viking Eryk Majda, who's also sent a lot of shots at you, calling you stuff like Krillin on social media. Now, what's your response to Eryk call outs of wanting to fight you?
I talked to Jim about that fight, and Jim told me why. Why? This fight doesn't have senses. Who is Eryk? Eryk is nobody. I'm the 6-time world champion, bro. And listen, when he did that stuff, calling me out, he get me pissed off. But in 5 minutes later, my girlfriend Carla tell me, relax. He's little mouse. He wants to get his name on your name. So I have a message for him. Win couple of good names, and then challenge me for the title. Then you can fight me. Against who he's won? Ryan Barrett, Eryk Olsen. Eryk Olsen discolored his shoulder, and because of that, he lost the fight. So listen, this is my game. This is my game. I tell him right now, win a couple of good fights, big names, then you can think about challenging me, because I am here and he's here. He's nobody. Who is Eryk Majda? Little mouse who is talking too much.
And in terms of the beef, how did it start? Because I
I
remember
don't know.
Jim.
He wanted me to fight, and he wanted to fight. I said, Jim, yes, let's go fight. Jim said, okay, but that isn't. Listen, you are world title fighter. You can fight only for world titles. How could I put you on the fights 3.2 minutes, 5 with no title? That is not profitable to us, And then he told me, let's go fight. And the money, for money, and everybody, and everybody who wins takes no money. And I said to my manager, I will talk to my manager, And he said, no, why? That is bullshit. It's not boxing. It's not a kickboxing. Fucking bare knuckle, you know. He maybe poke me in the eye, and I can lose my sight. In next fight, the shit happens in bare knuckle. You know, everybody knows that. I will not fight for free. I'm a world champion. Why should I fight for free? If he wants to fight for free, we can fight on the street, no problem. And he said that he's gonna slap me when he sees me in London. Bro, come on. I can't wait to see that. Come and try to slap me. Yeah. I call you now. Come and try to slap me. But you will see what will happen.
Would you say the bad blood?
Sorry. He's telling that I'm pretending something that I'm not to be. Listen. Marko Martinjak, before couple of who I was before a couple of years ago, I buried that guy because I was in prison, and I don't want to lose any more years in penitentiary. So if I have to shovel up and put that Marko Martinjak again outside, it's nothing good for him. Believe me what I say. You were in Croatia with me. You were in Croatia in nightclubs with me. You saw. So, fuck Eryk the Viking Majda. Fuck you. Yeah.
So the bad blood is still brewing right now. And you know what? In May, don't know what's going to happen, but I think we're going to need some security on site for this. Now,
no security will help for this kind of shit. And all the security are Serbians, my guys.
Yeah.
So who gonna stand up for him?
Now,
Mohim, in
terms of let's go on the whole fight back to the May, right? You know, this is March, April, and then we got the early part of May, the very first week of May. From what I was thinking was right.
What do we have in April? Wait, there is no BKB in April.
Yeah, I said early part of May, first week of May.
But you said March, April, and May.
Yeah, March, April, you prep, and the first week of May, you fight. Yeah. So obviously March, April, and then the early part of May, you fight. Now, what are we going to be expecting from you on the night against Kevin Greenwood?
Listen, I tell everybody when I do interviews, every fight I want to be better than I was in the last fight. So I'm going to be better prepared. I'm going to be stronger. I'm going to be faster. And that is the plan.
And I think in the trilogy fight, this was the best Marko I've ever seen in the ring. This includes boxing and bare knuckle.
Yeah, we can say that, yeah. But every fight I want to be better than I was the previous fight.
And of course, you know, before we start to sort of wrap up soon as well and sort of like let you go. Now, I want to ask you about one more thing, which is, of course, in terms of your kickboxing and your, you know, like your K1 fights as well. Now, obviously, do you plan of maybe competing in other sports as well, like K1 again, while still doing bare knuckle, or is bare knuckle the end goal right now?
No, kickboxing, no, but I like that new stuff.
Karate combat.
I like that. I want to try that. There is they are fighting with gloves, so I can fight. Everything that is with gloves, I can fight.
Would you maybe consider doing something like power slap?
Ooh, yeah, I would. I like that.
That's interesting, isn't it?
It's fucking gorgeous. Carla and my girl Carla and me were just like 1 hour. Today we were watching the clips from the power slap.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's awesome.
So other than kickboxing and of course boxing, is power slap or like bare knuckle big in Croatia right now, or?
No, nobody didn't hear about power slap in Croatia.
Oh, okay.
They only see highlights like me on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, you know. But it's serious. It's serious stuff. It's nice. But listen, in power slap you have to have a good chin, and you have to be lucky that you hit first.
Yeah.
So if you don't knock out the guy out, you still make him dizzy, wobble him, you know, and that is the great thing. So he can't, if he has the senses, he can't go. How do I say? He can hit you with the full power there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very nice. I like it.
But yeah, look, I'm not gonna keep you away for too long. I'm gonna call you later on. But that's an interview wrapped with the marvelous Marko Martinjak. For those that want to follow him on social media, all the handles will be listed below, and of course on Instagram as well. Now, Marko, you got some cool tattoos on there as well. We spoke about it behind the scenes. You're gonna get some of them complete. And of course, what's your favorite tattoo out of all of the ones you've got, and why?
My favorite tattoo. This new one.
But yeah,
New one.
And the new one, everyone's going to be able to see it on the very next one when we do a face-off with the Green Machine, Kevin Greenwood. Before we go, Marko, is there anything you'd like to say?
I'm coming to the show on 30th of March in Wolverhampton to support the guys. Joe called me to come as a guest, so I'll see you everybody there, and see you all in March and in London.
Thank you, and make sure you guys support Marko by purchasing the tickets through Marko's link, which will be below. And thank you.